Moving on, even if you don't want to sell your products or just want to learn advanced Canva techniques, we can also do that as well. We are going to be learning the color wheel and how we can utilize it into our own projects. Talina?
Yes, thank you. Great. So now let's move on to the color wheel, which is very important. A color wheel, or it's like a color circle that organizes color in relationship between primary colors, secondary colors, and so on. You can use a color wheel to find color palettes by using the rules of color combinations to find colors that create a pleasing effect, right? So I'm going to share my screen now. So what we can do is that Canva has this cool feature about the color wheel. What you can do is just Google color wheel on Canva. And then once we click there, okay, so we get the color wheel, right? So we can play around. We probably have in mind, oh, okay, I might want to use red or green, blue. And so we play around with these colors right here. And you also have some options down here. You could have these complementary, and then you get one color and then the right opposite color, or you might just do monochromatic and then you just get the color you want and then a slight different color right next to it, right? You just can play around with these features here and you'll get different colors that might work for your design, right? So once you have those colors, what you can do, you have two options basically, depending if you're creating a design from scratch or if you're looking for a template, right? So let's say that you're looking for a template with these colors right here. So what you do is that you just click here, create a graphic. Once you click there, my computer is a bit slow. Sorry about that. And then we find templates that include some of the colors that you are looking for, right? As you can see here, and then you just go through this and try to find the one that you like or that you're looking for, right? But let's say that you are designing from scratch. Then if you are designing from scratch, this is what I do, right? So I go to Canva, and then I click on create a design. So for the sake of an example, let's do an Instagram post. So we're going to use the very first page just as our guide to keep our colors there. So let's go to elements. And actually, I'm just going to show you some shortcuts that you can do here. So if I just press C, I get a circle, right? So I get a couple of circles on my screen, on my page. And then this is very old school. Like what I do is that I copy and paste the colors. Sorry, I have so many tabs open right here. Okay, and then I go up here to color, and then here, and you see here, there are thousands and thousands of colors, and each color has its particular code, right? Even though if you get into designing and then later on you transfer to different programs like Illustrator, for example, you're going to utilize the same codes for every color. So even this code right here can work for another program as well. Okay, so we just duplicate this. And one tip to keep them organized and clean is that you select them all, you click here in position, tidy up, and it was just a small change, but now they're perfectly aligned. Okay, so we go to the second, and then we basically just copy and paste. I'm gonna exit this. You already know how to get into the templates. We click color, and then the same process for all of them. Now we have the colors that we're going to use, right? So we have, this is going to be our palette for our design, right? You can then add a new page. This is going to be like our design page, right? This is just a record just to utilize those as our color palette for the design. So, okay, with C, you can get a circle. This is like some shortcuts for you to facilitate the process. So I already have a circle right here that I can utilize. R can give me a square. T can give me text, right? And then the other shortcut is L for line. See, we're already like halfway through our design with these shortcuts. So let's say we just type or title for this. And then we start mixing and utilizing the color palette, the text, the elements, and then let's see how is this looking. You just play around with your design. And this is just an easy way for you to find the colors that you're looking for when you're designing from scratch. Any questions that you might have right now?
Yeah, how did you do the tidy up again? I just missed the command that you did.
Oh yeah, of course. So what I did is just that I select them all, and then I go to position, and then right down here, tidy up. And they'll be perfectly aligned. So let's do circle, circle, circle.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Here. So you see, let's see. Right there, I select them all, position, tidy up, and you see, they're perfectly aligned now. This works very well when we're trying to polish our design. We want it to be very clean and aesthetic. Okay, so this is basically how you can play around with the color wheel when you are creating something from scratch. And now let's move on to, while we work on this design, I really don't like the color wheel that the color palette that I'm using now, but it's just for the sake of the example. I'm sure you all are gonna come up with great designs. Okay, so we can also use keywords when we're looking for elements, right? I think we went over that last time. We can just type clock if you need to utilize some clocks or whatsoever, right? But then there are a lot of different options on the internet for you to find particular keywords or elements in your design, right? We're going to include those links for a couple of keywords that are really helpful in the survey at the end of this workshop. So these keywords that we have here, let me show you what they are. So there are a lot of different websites out there that already done the job for you. So they have organic illustration elements, paper, texture, backgrounds. Those are really important. I think those go well in a lot of different designs. So they have a lot of different options here that you can just go through them and find the ones that you really would like to try on. And then, as I said, we are including those links in the survey so that you can have it at hand and just play around with what you can incorporate in your work. So what we're doing right here, it's playing around with the elements of graphic design, the ones that we discussed at the beginning of the session, right? I don't like that thing there. And that's how you can play around with the color wheel, with some keywords right here, and with the shortcuts that I just showed you guys how to do, right? So this is it for this quick color wheel explanation. We're going to go over a little more in detail in our next examples. But now I'm just gonna pass the mic on to Jeff.